Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Aungelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Happy June the 12th, and hello to all the mothers and daughters out there. Got a good one for you today, but one that's a little bit more educational and just very interesting. You know, I like to talk about things that are interesting to me that I've talked with about it to other people, and it seems to be interesting to them. So then I take it as, okay, this must be an interesting topic if I've got, you know, other people that are interested in the same thing. I got a lot of shows I'm going to bring to you like that for this summer, but today I want to talk about shea butter. Let me tell you why. The reason I want to talk about shea butter is because, you know, I've been talking to different people about different healing properties, different natural things we can use, talking a lot about watermelon seeds and avocado seeds and things that you can do once you grind it up and all that. And it's just been a real great conversation. And I know for me, over the past few years, I've been getting different shea butters and trying them out. And when I say trying them, just putting them on my skin and seeing what's going on. And something real strange happened about a couple months ago. I had gone to get my annual blood work exam and all that stuff at the doctor. And when they did the butterfly needle in my vein on my hand, because you can't get it from my inner elbow, they did it on the hand, and it made like a bruise, like not a big bruise, but like a scab was going to start to put. And I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh my God, let me just keep something on this. So I got home that night, you know, before bed. I did my shower and everything, cleaned my face and all that stuff, got my shea butter out. I keep right side the bed. It's amazing how as you get older, you got about 45 products on the side of the bed. You got your face cleaner stuff. You got your lotion. You got your potion. You got all of these things side the bed. It's just crazy. I had to buy a whole bedside table just to hold all the stuff that I got next to my bed. One of these days, I'm going to tell y'all everything I got next to my bed is crazy. Stuff for the skin, though. For the face. For the eyes. It's like, jeez. Anyway. So I had put some of my shea butter on my hand, and I noticed the next morning that because it had started like making little little scabs like on my hand, like I was like a rash or something. So anyway, the next day I noticed that I couldn't feel anything, and I was thinking back, what did I put on my hand? I put shea butter. I said, well, let me start looking up, you know, what all shea butter is good. So that's what I'm going to talk to you today about is just, you know, the nut that it comes from and why shea butter is just so good for all types of skins. I would like to put a disclaimer and say consult your doctor if you have any kind of nut allergies. Please stay tuned to the very end of the video because I have an amazing video coming from Ghana. And the video is showing you step by step how everybody in that village makes the shea butter. So now I have such a appreciation for the shea butter that comes from Africa, because that's the only kind of shea butter I buy is the African shea butter. I don't buy the one that comes from here that they manufacture. I guess what they do is they get it raw and then they take it through all the machines and all that stuff. I don't buy that one. I buy the one that's straight from Africa. So again, consult your doctor if you have any type of nut allergies. It's something that I had to even remind myself to say because I don't know anyone with a nut allergy. But as I was reading about this shea butter and the nut that it comes from, I had to say that because that's just the responsible thing to do here as I am giving you this show. But here's a few fun facts about shea butter. Now listen to this. Cleopatra apparently loved shea butter. Go Cleopatra. Shea butter is ivory in color and is made by crushing and boiling the nut from the shea tree There is a video I'm about to show y'all at the end that is going to inspire you as much as I bet it inspired me. So, you can get raw shea butter, which will be white. I have some of that. Or you can get African shea butter that has a particular, what did she call it? She said they have a particular healing agent that they put in to make it the yellow color. It's like a oil that they put in it to make it the yellow color. I have both. I have the yellow and I have the raw. Same as with my mango butter. I have a mango butter that has, I think it has something in it, aloe or something. And then I have raw mango butter that I'm going to be making some soap and stuff with. So that's why I always get the raw version and then the other versions. So now check this out. When I was reading about it, I was like, okay, well, where in Africa? Your mind just like, well, where? Well, who? Well, when? Well, how long? Well, what's the process? And where do we... My mind just be going there, okay? So the shea tree is only in 19 African countries, okay? It's in the savannas of West and Central Africa. When I saw the name Savannah, I laughed so hard because my Paiton, my daughter Paiton, I always say when I say my kids, I was like my Angie, my Paiton, my Josh, my Savon. Anyway, my kid. Paiton, I was literally going to name her Savannah. Her name was supposed to be Savannah. And I didn't name her Savannah because about 2 weeks before she was born, I woke up from a dream and my dream said, no, her name is supposed to be Paiton. And then I said, but it's not supposed to be P-E-Y or P-A-Y. So I sat down and write different versions out. I had P-A-H, but I ended up with P-A-I-T-O-N. But her name was going to be Savannah, and it wasn't going to be spelled like the Savannah part of Africa, S-A-V-A-N-N-A-H-S. I'm sure I was going to do something crazy. It was going to be spelled differently, but that was when I saw Savannah, I went, maybe the ancestors were talking to me and telling me to name my baby Savannah. I don't know. I missed that clue. Blues Clues weren't for me, I guess. So it's made in the savannas of West and Central Africa. I have a list of specifics coming up. Stay tuned. You might even need a pen and paper for this. I don't know. Untreated shea butter should have a subtle yet pleasant smell. I have never smelled any shea butter that I did not like, that smelled weird to me. If I ever got any shea butter that didn't smell good, I'd be like, I was at a market a few weeks ago with Paiton, and this lady was selling some homemade soaps, and one of the soaps was made with snake venom. I said, oh, no, give me the one with the rose water and the one with the... She said, you don't want the snake oil? The snake one, it has real snake venom in it. It's supposed to be really, really good for your skin. And I was just like, I don't want anything with anything on it. I don't even want snake skin boots. No. So we just have to be really thinking about the things that we invite onto our bodies and our skin and into our body systems and all that. But I just didn't want that snake stuff. Something about it was like, everything in my spirit said, no. Shea butter comes from the nut of a shea tree that grows in savanna regions of West Africa and West Africa to East Africa. Now, if you want to visualize what the shea butter nut looks like, it really almost looks like the nut that's inside of an avocado, about the same size, about the same walnut color. But it is in almost every village in northern Ghana. So if you want to look at your shea butter on the back, because I always look at where things come from, I never look. It's so funny. I never look for anything if it says FDA approved. I almost don't even want it if it's FDA approved. I will go back to the history of it and where it came from and who hands touched it and was it made with love, those type of things, before I would even look to see if something is FDA approved. So that's not even a concern for me. But if I got some African shea butter, which I do, that says from the village of northern Ghana, I'm like, oh, let me get it. And you can find it in so many places. I typically like to go to the African shops. I like to go to the different markets where you have African sellers there, or I'll find somebody online that's selling something. It says that women are involved in the shea butter process, but let me tell you something. You're going to see this little boy on this video I'm about to show you. When I tell you he was whipping up that shea butter, it reminded me of the little African dance that they do. The little kids be doing where they be whipping their hand and their legs. Baby, when I saw that little boy, he inspired me. And I said, ooh, let me make some soap with this shea butter that I have. But please stay to the end of the video so that you can see how this village people are making it step by step, from the grinding of the seed to the end of when you see it ready for market or whoever. Now, the shea butter tree, they said so-called grows in the shea belt. So all that means to me in my mind is that there is a certain region of areas that there is nothing but shea butter trees. That's all you're going to see there. And that's where they go to get that particular area. They didn't say who owns it. Didn't say if just everybody can go over there and pick some. Didn't tell me that. But it says that it grows in Benin. If I'm not saying these right, you can, say it yourself. But it says that it grows in Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Central Africa, Republic, Chad, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Mali, Niger. That reminds me, I know a lady named Mary in New York from the Ivory Coast. I'm going to catch up with her tomorrow. Mali, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, Sudan, the Congo, Uganda, Democratic Republic of Congo. That's some of them, okay? And it's harvested. It says shea butter comes from a tree called Karite, 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 which grows in Ghana, Mali, Burkina Faso, and other savanna and grasslands of West Africa. It's a wild growing tree that produces tiny almond-like, but from the picture it looks like the same seed that's inside the avocado, almond-like fruit from which shea butter is extracted. Ooh, I got so excited doing this research because it's something I use every single day. So, when I look around and I see things I use every single day, I said, let me tell somebody. They might not know. They may have a child with eczema and they need to heal their skin. We're going to go through all the things that it heals and all the agent properties that it works for. And you can see for yourself. Consult your doctor if you have a nut allergy or your child. But you can see for yourself. So in Ghana, shea butter is called, and I'm about to butcher this up, but it's KPAKAHILI. So I'm going to say that's Pakali, with the K being silent. If it's not silent, it's Kapkali. Okay, in Ghana, shea butter, locally known as Kapkali. English translation is raw cream. In Dagbani, Kuto, Aga, Nugo is either used as a food product or applied as lotion. I use it as a lotion. I don't put it in food, but I'm going to actually even start using it in my hair. It protects the skin during dry harmattan seasons, meaning when it's hot as you know what, they use this on their skin to protect them. So now when you think about that, don't it make you think about sunscreen? Ooh. When I start looking at some of the ingredients that a lot of these people put in other products, a lot of it is just the natural sunscreen, but then why they gotta put all of this other stuff in there that's not good for our skin? I'll be honest with you, I'm afraid of sunscreen. The reason I'm afraid of sunscreen is because it's being hawked too much by a lot of the estheticians. It's being hawked too much by a lot of the dermatologists. It's being hawked too much, and I just feel like for my skin, I'm not going to say our or we, I'm going to say for my skin, I just feel like I shouldn't be using sunscreen, but that I should be using something more natural. And this is it for me. The shea nut tree itself is called Tanja. I don't know what that means, but it's spelled T italic A italic A N. I'm sorry, J italic A. So let me tell you something. The N that's in here is an N, but the backside is a J on it. So it's an N and a J mixed together. Honey, let me tell you, you got to know how to read. So let's talk about the 5 biggest shea butter benefits for your skin. I'm going to tell you the story that I told you earlier. That was a true story about my skin. And shea butter makes my skin glow. It makes it... Y'all try it for yourself. I can only tell you what it is for me. My skin and your skin is not the same. You try it for yourself and you give your own opinion. Put a comment down in the box and let me know what it did for you. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm educating you. That's it. It boosts the skin moisture. It's an anti-inflammatory product that soothes the skin's problems. It heals cuts and scrapes. I testify to that. It helps fight breakouts. I testify to that. It's an antioxidant. 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 Which helps with anti-aging properties. Baby, let me tell you something. That word almost took me back to the dictionary. I almost had to go get the breakdown of the AEIOU. Antioxidant. Okay? It says, what does shea butter do to your skin? Shea butter works like an emollient. That word right there, it does something to my soul. I feel like a root grows up in me when I hear the word emollient. There's somebody online who sells a product from Ghana that is an emollient that's supposed to be for babies that are born with like eczema and dry skin and stuff, and it's supposed to really work miracles. And I'm pretty sure she's got some of these shea butter agents in it. But it says shea butter works like an emollient. It might help to soften dry skin. I testify to that. Shea butter also contains substance that reduce skin swelling. I testify to that from the swelling I had. This might help also treat conditions associated with skin swelling such as eczema. I testify to that. So those are my testimonies, but you try for yourself. Now, it's asking a question that says, what does shea butter do to the breast? Now, let me tell y'all something. Me and Paiton just had a conversation a couple days ago, and I was telling her, I said, girl, what they say about olive oil is true. I bought some raw, unfiltered, natural olive oil from Italy, and I started rubbing it on the breast area because it's supposed to help the breast stay full looking, sit up better, all of that. So I just started... It's in a spray bottle next to my bed. What I do at nighttime or when I wake up in the morning, just put a little bit on your breast. And I'm going to tell you something. The girls have been sitting up and saying hello. And that's all I can tell you. But I was reading and it was talking about it's a rich source of vitamin E. And that shea butter helps to tighten the skin. You know, I used to take the little vitamin E peel and prick it and put it all over my skin night before sleep. Shea butter now. So it says shea butter helps tighten the skin around the breast and gives them a firmer look, similar to olive oil massage. See, it says it right here. Shea butter massage also prevents cell damage due to the free radicals. It says apply shea butter on your breast and massage it in a circular motion for 15 minutes. I testify to that. I testify to that because here's the deal. If you don't want to walk around all day long every day with a bra on, but you still want your breasts to have a lifted look, boom. You're welcome. One thing I noticed that there's a few people that I do watch their videos on YouTube and they use shea butter. And let me tell you, when they come on, and they're guys, when they come on, their skin be glowing. I'm talking about like a buttery, golden, beautiful glow that I've seen in some guys. Especially when, listen, some of the guys that I've seen, they work out. And so when they're done working out and they get all showered and cleaned up and everything and they oil and moisturize their entire body. Their entire body. Jesus. Their entire body with shea butter. And they are glowing from forehead to big toe. It's beautiful. It's really, really all skin colors. Beautiful. Beautiful. It says shea butter is a natural lipid derived from African shea trees. It's packed with fatty acid, antioxidants, and vitamins, all of which nourish the skin, redeeming it. Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to get hooked on phonics. Which nourish the skin, rendering it smooth and supple. And that's because it's so hydrating and nourishing from that one seed. Shea butter promotes skin health. This is what I was telling y'all earlier. I've seen people do miracles with watermelon seeds. I've seen people do, once they've dried them, I've seen people do miracles with avocado seeds by shaving them down to a powder and putting them on their face with their other oils. And I've seen some stuff and I'm impressed and I love it. I'm going to start putting, I got some seeds right now drying so that I can then get them in a tough blender and make them to a powder so that I can put them in some soaps that I'm going to make. I really got to set aside a whole day where I can do nothing but make my soaps. Like the problem is that I've got over 100 and something bars in my refrigerator right now that'll get me through for the next year. But there's some other things that I want to do that are very nourishing for the skin, because I think the ones that I have in there right now are mostly shea butter, mango butter, I can't even remember, honey, all those kind of soaps that I made almost a year ago during COVID. During COVID, I made those soaps, and I just was like, well, I can make my own soaps. And I haven't bought any soap from a store. I'm talking about bathing soap, not natural soaps. Like we go to some of the markets and they have soaps for the face and all that stuff. But I haven't really bought any bathing soap from the store. 2019, probably 2018. Okay, so it says that the butter promotes skin health, longevity, and of course, a killer natural glow. I testify to witnessing that. Now, here's 22 reasons to add it to your routine. You can add it for your skin type. You can add it for moisture. You can add it for oil balance, especially in your face. If you have a oily skin or if you have a dry skin, it can help to balance it because it says oil balance. Anti-inflammatory issues, breakouts and things. It's an antioxidant for healing, antibacterial in case you get a cut or scrape, antifungal in case that cut or scrape has been infected, good for acne, good for collagen. See, me and Paiton been also having this conversation about collagen. Even me and Angie were talking about it because she was saying there's a lady at her former job that used to put collagen in her coffee, tea, whatever. I went to Sprouts and I was talking about, show me your best natural collagen. And it was like, you're going to need 6 scoops of this in your drink. I don't want to put nothing in my drink. I want to be able to take it whole or not. Good for collagen, good for cell regeneration, which is, hey, for us ladies over a certain age, listen, hello, cell regeneration. Good for scars and stretch marks. If you've had a baby or you've gained and lost weight, you got stretch marks, that's good for it. It's good for fine lines and wrinkles. Good for sun protection. Forget about sunscreen. Use this. It's natural. Good for your hair. I'm getting ready to start using it in my hair because I had not known about the hair until I started doing my research last week. Good for dandruff. If you have natural hair like locks and all kinds of things where you don't shampoo your hair on a every 4 to 5 day basis, this will be good to keep you from getting dandruff, it says. Eczema. Again, disclaimer here. I'm just giving you the research from the doctors that have done the research and have put it out there, and from the village of Ghana is what I'm giving it to you straight from Ghana village mouth. Okay? When you see the video, you'll understand what I'm saying when I'm saying I'm giving it to you straight from the people. Good for eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. Any kind of skin conditions that fall under that umbrella. Great for burns. I saw a video where baby skin had been burned from something that somebody put on it, and it literally burned the whole back of the baby. And they started putting this on it, and that baby's skin was so good in a couple of weeks. I was like, thank goodness. Good for insect bites. So if you're the type like Paiton, her skin is very allergic to mosquitoes. When she gets bitten by a mosquito, it literally leaves a big black mark that is associated with having hyperpigmentation underneath the skin, but she gets black marks everywhere, and they last forever. It's like she hadn't been able to get rid of them since she was a child. She's 21 years old, almost 22 now, and she's had these little marks since she was 6, 5, 4, 3, Good for wound healing. So for wound care, people, you may want to think about wound care, putting it in those areas. Great for pain, sore muscles. Workout guys, workout girls, sore muscles. It's good for congestion. The smell and the aroma of it is good for congestion. And this has been backed up by many doctors. I'll give you their names in a little bit. It says shea butter is a fat. It's extracted from the nuts of a shea tree. I've repeated that to get that in your head for a long time. It's a nut from a tree. It's solid and it grows in warm temperatures and has an off-white or ivory color. Warm temperatures, but probably not as warm as here. I think the warmest temperature I've ever been in, I was in Honduras. because I used to do mission trips with my church in Honduras years ago when I was in a religious institution. And we used to go to Honduras, and the hottest it got there was 115. I had no problem with it. It was all good. We were building churches. We were outside. It was hot. It was hot. I knew, what I did with my mind is I was like, it is so hot. I was like sweating and just drenched and just a heat that you just don't even know of, and the sun continuing to burn you. And all I could think about is, well, we have AC in the cabins. We have AC in the cabins. When I get back and get me a shower, it's going to be all good. And all I could think about was just that AC that was back in the cabins, and it kept my mind right. Shea trees are native to West Africa. We talked about that. And most shea butter still comes from that region. That's the only shea butter I want. I don't want any of the other manufactured shea butter because I know it's going to be dumbed down. Shea butter has been used as a cosmetic ingredient. So read your cosmetics and see if it's in any of them. For centuries, it says it's high in concentration in vitamins and fatty acids. We talked about that. Combined with its easy to spread. It is very easy to spread. Now, it's thick. It's thickest, it's thick. When I say thick, I'm talking about real thick, like some oatmeal that's been sitting on the stove for 5 hours. It's thick. But it's easy to spread its consistency and make a great product for soothing and smoothing and conditioning your skin, and I'll also say your hair. Now listen to this. I'm going to go through them pretty quick. But I found on several different Google sites and different places to educate myself, I found 22 reasons to add it to your routine. Whew, let me get a breath. Whew, okay. Here's the 22 reasons why you want to add it to your routine. It's safe for all skin types. I said all. It's moisturizing. It won't make your skin oily. I testify to that. It's an anti-inflammatory. I testify to that. It's an antioxidant. I testify to that. I've already told y'all this. It's antibacterial, antifungal. It can help prevent acne and keep acne away from you. It helps to boost collagen production. Woo! It helps to promote cell regeneration. It may help to reduce the appearance of stretch marks and scarring. It gives you a good glow. I'm going to add that in there myself. It gives a good glow. But what I love about the glow that it gives a golden hue glow. And, when I looked back at Cleopatra's picture, I'm going to include her picture in here. When I look back at Cleopatra's picture, you'll see what I'm saying. It may reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Hello. Got me right there. It offers added sun protection. Got me right there. It may help prevent hair breakage. Got me right there. It may help treat dandruff. I've never had an issue with that, but there you go. You're welcome. It may help to soothe conditions such as like eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. Again, consult your doctor if you have any kind of nut allergies. It may help prevent sunburn and other skin burns. It's an anti-inflammatory, so it'll be good for that. It may help to soothe insect bites if you're allergic to certain bites. I should have remembered to use that a few weeks ago when a wasp got into the house. I'm in the kitchen minding my own business. Paiton been telling me for 2 days there's a wasp in the house. I'm like, if I don't see it, it ain't in here. So I'm in the kitchen minding my own business, and the wasp comes in the kitchen, gets on my moo-moo, bites me on my finger, my middle finger. And I was like, what is that? Like, I'm moving around. I put my arm down. It had latched onto my moo-moo. I caught it and crushed it, killed it. Then all of a sudden I had this pain in my finger for about 30 minutes. I should have just went and dipped my... See, I got to be quicker than that. It can promote wound healing. It can alleviate arthritis pain. Wish I would have known that. It may help soothe the muscle soreness. And it can prevent congestion because of the smell of it. It can get into your nasal path, and it can help to reduce inflammation in your nasal passages. Now, see, all of this sounds like natural healing, which interests me very much. These effects can be so beneficial when you're dealing with allergies and sinus and common colds. So let me tell you, pay attention to what I'm saying. And it's the chemical makeup that makes it so. It's not just the conversation about it, but there's a chemical in the butter that's contained, and it's called letmacrate. LETMAC. So there's a chemical. Let me read the chemicals. Leonolic, pomatic, stearic, alleolic fatty acids. I mean, I don't know what leonolic, pomadic, steariacic. I don't know what all that is. And the oleic acid. I don't know, but it sounds all good to me. It's got vitamin A, C, and A, E, and F, antioxidants and vitamins. It's got the fatty acid. I mean, like, I don't see anything in there that would be like, ooh, I don't know. Because even when I looked up side effects, it said no. Unless you have some kind of nut allergy, and just on a rare occasion you may get some kind of nut allergy from it. But because of the butters and the fatty acids and natural that's in it, they couldn't find where none of these doctors could figure out where anybody had it. But they said that you really get good benefits if you want to mix it with some ingredients like tea tree oil and lavender. I actually have a shea butter that I put on my skin, and I mix it with oud oil. And I have also some other oils that I'll do, like rose oil, and some other oils that I put in it, and some vitamin C drops. So I have like 3 different versions of my shea butter in little cute tubes that I keep next to the bed. So that's 3 right there. I've got a few more. So what happens is that I had these little cute glass containers with like these beautiful little gold tops on them that had other stuff in them. One of them actually had candles in it that I had bought this little 3-pack. And when it was done, I cleaned it out and washed it up, and I'm repurposing it and using it for my different little oils next to my bed, which I have, 45,000 things next to the bed to help my skin. Not literally, but figuratively. So it says, how do you use, of course, the shea butter on your skin? You just rub it on. It's really, really good and thick, so you want to make sure that you get a good heap of it. I don't put my fingers into my jars. I have a little cute scooper, little spoon scooper. If you go to some of the beauty shops or some of the beauty stores like Ulta, some of those stores like that, they have like these little baby spoons where they scoop stuff out. And they'll give you some of those little spoons, because I got about 5 of them from a lady, and that's what I use to scoop stuff. And then I just clean it and keep it next to the bed with everything else that I got next to the bed. It is a little bit slippery, especially when you add other things to it. But if you take the time to butter your body, you'll be so thankful that you did, because I know I am. And again, it can be applied directly to the hair. I'm actually going to put some on my hair. I'm going to take it to my girl that does my hair and have her to oil my hair with the shea butter instead of just all the other things that she oils my hair with. So I'm excited to tell her about that when I see her in a couple of weeks. I store my shea butter in my little mini refrigerator so that it can stay nice and cool. I did have some shea butter one time that I left in a warm area, and it mildewed. When I pulled it out, it had green mildew everywhere, so I never left it in a hot spot anymore. So I keep it either room temperature or in the refrigerator when I have smaller ones. So keep your shea butter, real safe where it can get some cool in it, and don't leave it in your car and all that type of stuff. But I get the most out of my shea butter because I mix it with all kind of different oils, and I just wake up and be, deciding or go to bed. Like, now I will tell you, before you go to bed, you don't want to put a lot of it on your body all over, because it will be all over your sheets and it'll smell like it. It won't be oily or anything. I use t-shirt sheets, so I haven't had a problem with it. I love going to bed and it just stays there and it smells like that all the time. So when I redo my sheets on my bed, I always spray everything with Lysol. And then I know when I get out of the shower and I, get my oils and stuff on, those oils and smellings are going to be there for a long time. So that's kind of what I do. But I don't oil my entire body with shea butter before I go to bed, because it is very thick. And I don't sometimes want that on the t-shirt sheets that I use. I love t-shirt sheets because they keep me warm every season of the year. And so that's what's best for me. I know people love these Egyptian cotton 800. I don't know nothing about thread count. I just don't like t-shirt sheets. But, I hear that some of these other sheets are so soft. I've never cared about any of that. That's just me. So a lot of West African communities produce most of this shea butter. When I show you this video, you're going to be so impressed. I have some honeysuckle stuff that I've added to my shea butter. I have some lavender. I use raw shea butter. I have some mango butter I've added to it. I've added some passion fruit stuff to it. I've added some citrus oils to it. I've added some, all kinds of things to my shea butter to just give it that extra, because it already smelled good, but just to give it that extra oomph, I've added those things to it. Now, a lot of what I've just said has been medically reviewed by a lot of doctors. One of them is by Dr. Alan Carter. He's a pharmacist. A lot of this that I found was reviewed by Dr. Catherine Watson. And all of these reviews were done between 2019 and 2022. So right now I'm going to go ahead and show you the video of the shea butter and how they whip it up, package it up, and get it ready for us. And one thing I'll tell you that I love that the lady said in the video is that she said, I love that she said this. She said, we whip it up with love. And when you see how they do it with their hands and everything, they whipping it up with love. Now, one thing that did freak me out a little bit, and I had to get over myself, is that I saw the way they were doing it with their hands and everything, and it made me think about that dang show with Lucy. I Love Lucy, and they was stomping them grapes with their fruit. I said, Lord, I hope they don't do the shea butter with their feet. But even when I saw them whipping it with their hands and stuff, I said, next time I open up my shea butter, I'm going to be like, well, who DNA I got in my shea butter? But see, don't listen to me, y'all, because I'm throwed off. I be thinking the craziest things. I be saying enjoy the video. Thank you for listening to the Mother-Daughter Show, mothers and daughters. Please support our show. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, comment. And if you're not on our Instagram page, mother-daughter-ish _ please go there. And if you'd like to monetarily support us, it's $MDI podcast. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome to the north of Ghana. This is where I was born. This is where my family was born. And this is where the world's best shea butter is made. Why? Because it's made in almost every home. Wherever you go, in small batches, people teach their children. They make shea butter for generations. And today I'd like to show you how this is made. So the first thing you need to know is you need some nuts, yes? The nuts are roasted, they are crushed like this. Roasted like that locally. Mostly when you're working at home, most mothers have their children helping them. I grew up learning by doing, just like these young ones here. So after it's roasted, it is grinded again into a really soft powder form, and then it's kneaded. Woo! Now this is very hard work. It looks easy, but it's not, because the butter is thick, and you would have to stir like this until the butter comes up, like Hesses. It smells really good. It smells amazing. So after it's kneaded, it has to be boiled. Let's go inside and see how This is a typical home here in the northern region. Mothers lead by example. They make shea butter, to be able to take their children to school, to be able to help their families. And the children learn. They learn from a young age. Most of these children can make shea butter from head to toe. What can you make, kings and queens? Woo! So it's time to boil. Wow, the shea butter gets boiling like that. Look at them get like it. Wow. So she's going to boil this until all the oil comes up. It will settle before it's fresh. Let me try my hand. Go on then. Woo. Here we say damma. To stir is damma. So good, kings and queens. So after it's boiled like this for hours, has to be settled. Let's go into the shea butter room. Where we store water. Here at home, we store them in pots to keep them cool. Clay pots like that. Come, let's go into the shea butter. Wow. So after the shea butter settles, it's either mixed with West African herbs, that gives it the yellow shea butter, or it's left raw and premium. This is shea butter. This is what I've been using ever since I was a baby. It's made with love, and I love it.
Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that?